Hey, what's up? There's a bunch of stuff that I've just been doing lately, so you probably won't get like any updated peroxide videos or whatever. I know that they're running like a Halloween event, and I was grinding on a One Piece game for a little while, but took a massive break from it. Right now, what you're seeing is Shindo Life, or Shindo Life 2, or Shinobi Life 2, or Shinobi Life, some Naruto game that I used to absolutely love the first version of years ago. Found out there's a second version. It didn't carry anything over, which hurt my soul because why wouldn't you carry over a character like Xenoverse 1 to Xenoverse 2? Like, why couldn't we import what we already had? Or maybe we could, and I missed that update. But I don't know what all you'll actually see because this is going to be a lot of like cut up footage. I'm planning on sending out a video, if not maybe like 2 to 3 today. So this one was really just going to be a story time. I have some friends who have been wanting to play Smite with me lately, and I haven't played Smite in a long time. I mean, I've done like little matches from time to time, just over time to see any like crazy changes, but I haven't really just ran Smite in a long time. So I decided that like I'd go over some of the stuff that I used to do with Smite because we were talking. One of my friends and I were talking about like our history with Smite and the quote unquote like good old times, and it was just a whole lot of fun, reminiscing on nostalgia. So there's this one that I wanted to speak about, which was it was pretty goofy. So I used to play a lot of Smite when I was younger, like a lot. Around the time that I was probably in like junior high school or whatever the case may be, I was on Smite religiously. Like I'd be on every single day after class on the dot with my friend, literally like all day. Like from the time I got home until like an hour before I had to sleep. And that's because like that hour I would spend finishing up my homework and then I'd go to bed. It was something along those lines, right? So, what ended up happening was I ended up finding like more people to play Smite with, just making friends back to back to back. And there was this one person that I ended up becoming friends with, and I don't entirely remember how like we got to know each other, how we got to be, friends or whatever the case may be, because this was so long ago. But I remember that we were running this joust match with one of their friends, and originally it was just that person, I, and a random, and we were doing pretty good. We had like 2 or 3 wins under our belt. We would laugh and kind of joke around, but really, I guess we probably like played together one match and decided, hey, you're competent enough to be a teammate, so let's add each other and just keep playing, right? So eventually, one of their friends gets online and they decide to join us. Now, this is where things get weird. So the person I was talking to originally was a guy, right? So he and I were just chilling, having fun, making jokes, winning games, like back to back winning games. Their friend gets on, it's a female, and she joins into the party with us. And we're all playing together, but now I guess the way that I'm acting makes her uncomfortable. I'm not like goofy, like oh my god, it's a girl. Like no, I was just being myself, having fun, goofing off because Joust is fun, or Joust was fun. I haven't played in a long time. Joust was fun, and Smite was fun. So I was just being myself. Didn't really see a need to like change up for anybody around me because who's going to change who I am, right? So we were running the joust match. We ran maybe like 2 or 3 with his friend, which was a girl, and like every few games, she would say something to basically insult me or uh, to kind of push off this feeling that she just wasn't cool with me, which was weird, because I wasn't going out of my way to be like extremely strange. Now, don't get me wrong, I was definitely strange around that time, but it wasn't like I was purposely doing anything to like make her feel super uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. I kept my mic on, in fact, because when it comes to joust, we're a close knit group, and with one of my other friends that I used to play with, I would always talk with them. We'd call out plays and get things set up so that we can actually run the game. With this girl though, she would have like music playing in the background, and I guess she would get upset if she thought I was telling her what to do when in reality I was trying to set up plays because I was a person who would initiate and pull aggro. So I thought, why not hover around me, right? Because I'm gonna be the tank. You guys can get the damage and get free kills and whatnot. Why not hover around me? So we go through, like I said, like 2 or 3 games around this time. And I want to say by the second one is where like the insults just stop being subtle, and they weren't just outright like you're annoying or whatever the case may be. She did that around like the third game, but the second game it was kind of just like, hey, what are you doing, or um, stop doing this, or maybe stop saying this, or whatever the case may be. I can't remember exactly what it was. I just remember her being upset with me, which was really weird because her male friend who I'd been playing games with before she even got online was cool with me, right? So, I mean, it's not like I was, like I said, going around talking about vagina or whatever. We were just playing a game. Now I might have said something wild. Like I said, I was strange. So my main was Bologna, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I had said something like "eat my anus" or some stupid and goofy like that. Which, like I said, this was like junior high, so this is like 2015, 2016. It was a different time anyway, right? So, um, yeah, what basically happens is, and this is like a moment that I look back on and think of all the time. There's a scene in American Dad. It's one of the Christmas-ish episodes where Santa is coming to kill the family. Sorry if that's a spoiler. I mean, this is like way later on in American Dad. Um, Definitely before whatever Christmas you're watching this on, but definitely after, like the very first Christmas episode, somewhere along that way. And what happens is like they get in a ritual to throw themselves in pods or put themselves in goop and have like this little mini vacation in a virtual reality kind of situation. And everybody's getting ready to get in their pods, but the family changes their minds midway through. So the only person who gets put in a pod is Jeff, and Jeff gets put in a pod, by himself, and they're all getting ready to like go down to the basement. I guess to go to war with Santa. I can't exactly remember what happened, but I know that Haley was telling Roger, like she was asking him, "Hey Roger, can you get Jeff out of the pod and bring him with us, please?" And Roger was like, "Yeah, sure thing, Haley." And like she walks off with the family down to like the basement, and Roger goes, "See you later, Jeffrey." And he does like this 360 spin, and he karate chops the pod, and it sends Jeff wherever the family was supposed to go. It's like across the world in some hidden bunker, and Jeff's just there alone, I think, for the entirety of the episode. But what's funny is what's funny is like the way Roger did it. It was super weird, super random. There was like no point in doing it, right? There's there's nothing about it that like he had to do. Like it was just unnecessary. Basically, it was unnecessary, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So what I would do was, um, whenever I played games or like did anything in general, right? Just out of the blue, randomly, I would say, "See you later, Jeffrey." And, and now, mind you, so like we're playing Smite, and um, we're on like that third match, and I remember we're winning, right? We're doing pretty good. I think I've got the most kills because I mean at the time I was just on top of it all, right? I think I got the most kills, and they were chasing me down. The enemy team was chasing me down. My team had went back to base. I had just killed like one of them. I was running back the tower. My team was showing up, and my team helps me, and I go back to base. And I remember saying, "See you later, Jeffrey." And the girl, a part of the group, is like in the background, and you can hear her whisper to the friend that I was playing with, and she goes, "Who who is Jeffrey?" And I just like looking back on it now, it was fun. Like it was funny to me. It is hilarious, right? But at the same time, it's hilarious from like in like the office kind of perspective, right? I was like super awkward with her because she just didn't like my energy whatsoever, and she would go out of her way to like try to kill the vibe of the game. have no idea why she hated me the way she hated me. Um, it was just super uncomfortable for her and I to be in a party together, to have voice together. I remember at one point, I think by the fourth game, I did end up turning my mic out, and they continued to talk. But the weird thing was, I guess because she realized she was killing the vibe, she wanted me to talk more, and I just wasn't gonna do it. I ended up unadding that friend because I knew that he and her played a lot together, or he was simping for her, or whatever the case may be. And I mean, it's cool, but she was actually fairly bad at Smite, which I mean, it's cool. Every like joust we play, there's going to be a random that's bad, so it's kind of like pre-anticipated. But on top of her being fairly bad at the game, she was just overly rude for like no reason, right? So yeah, that's a memory of Smite that I just look back on fondly because it was so stupid and yet so funny to me, right? Especially looking back on it. But yeah, that's it. Peace. See you later, Jeffrey.